Okay, so pack one, pick one. Don't think Beanstalk is probably super good, but it's also probably not particularly bad. Headliner Scarlet is pretty damn good. Creatures can't block at the beginning of upkeep. Exile top card of your library face down. May play that card. Can take Animate Dead also. So I think it's probably between Scarlet and Animate Dead. Despite I feel like drafting Beanstalk could be pretty fun. I think I'm gonna take Animate Dead over Headliner. Although we could just try drafting mono red. Let's take the Animate Dead. Okay, just literally always Tamio all the time. I mean, Tamio is going to be great in Reanimator. Harvester of Misery would be good too. Be a good follow up. Tamio was just insane. Tamio was just ridiculously strong, and I think she's like particularly good at this archetype too. So let's take it. Chainer with the 42 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Oh, do we take Emperor of Bones over Valgavoth? Emperor seems like one of the better reanimation cards because it's just so cheap and it's like graveyard hate. It's good against other people. Valgavoth is one of the better things to reanimate. Valgavoth could wheel. I'm gonna take the Emperor of Bones, especially if like no one takes reanimator first. Emperor him is good. I feel like I would take Valgavoth over him because you just want like you want a functional reanimator deck if you can. And then also take it like now I have Emperor of Bones and Shallow Grave, so I could maybe be more of like an Eldrazi like sneak attack build. Although I could take Talisman, the like double on color Talisman could be better than Shallow Grave. I already have two reanimation effects. Shallow Grave is like can be one of the less good ones, but it is good with the Emperor in theory. Yeah, I'm kind of low on Shelldock, but Shelldock could be good too. I do think Reanimator is a deck that just doesn't care about talismans as much as other archetypes, so let's probably do that. And then, all right, let's just cut Reanimator really hard. I think this is kind of valuable. I just literally now have like all the reanimation spells. There's not that many left. Okay, so Mystic Confluence is really nuts. I actually do really like Relic of Sauron in Reanimator because it's both like a discard outlet and it's also it can flip Tamio and it can also just cast your big stuff. I think I'm gonna take the Confluence though. Okay, so we can take Caustic Bronco, Nethergoy, Fiery Eyelid, or maybe Unholy Heat. I might take the Bronco. We lost game 3 of round 2 last draft. Okay, Master of Death, Knight's Whisper, Brazen Borrower. Knight's Whisper pretty good with Tamio. Pretty good overall. Headliner wheeled? Interesting. We have Beanstalk Mystic Confluence. I think I'll take Birds of Paradise. There's Coveted Jewel again. Doesn't seem like we'll be a good Jewel deck. I think I'll take Hex Mage, maybe find Dark Depths. So Valgavoth didn't wheel, but Hymn to Turok did, notably. Might play that. It's a late Mindstone, wow. Pile of cards I'm probably not playing. Need more 2-drops. I know we have these like two really good blue cards, but it's possible we end up being mono black. Mono black Reanimator is tough to do because you don't have like many good discard outlets. One of those, please. Kind of sad to not take Metamorphosis Fanatic. I'm gonna take the Black Lotus. I'm taking the Black Lotus. I think I'm taking. I guess I would take Entomb over big reanimation creature. Overlord looks pretty good here. I think I'm wanting to take that over Snuff Out or Prismatic Vista. Yeah, I think I should take the Overlord. Dude, we also have Overlord Hexmage too. Okay, definitely taking it now. Black Lotus out the Overlord. Feeling kind of bad that we passed the Valgavoth. Like, I'll just be so embarrassed if we have all of these and we just don't get to use them on anything. Atali is a pretty good reanimation target. Realistically castable with Lotus also. I wouldn't mind Urza. It feels bad to pass Minsk and Boo, but we're pretty, especially with Lotus. But besides, oh, there's also Dark Depths. Ah, the fact that we have Hexmage that's good with Overlord and Depths is pretty big. I feel like I have to take the Depths. Like Black is also like if I just get if I get Demonic Tutor would be so absurd in the stack. Yeah. Feels so bad to pass a good reanimation target though. Okay, not getting there on Mox Opal, I think. We could take Fatal Push. We could take Recurring Nightmare. Yeah, Uro would be like okay, also for sure. We don't really need any more reanimation stuff, and Nightmares can be kind of specific. Nightmares typically undraftable. It always comes back around. It does always comes back around as such hyperbole, but also like I like when you're playing Hex Mage and Hex Mage is good with another card, and if you get Dark Depths, it just powers up your deck a lot in a color combo with tutors. I think you just have to like take the I think you just have to take it instead of hoping it wheels. I'm gonna take Fatal Push, I think, over Nightmare. Could be wrong. Okay, Sorin and Dothy. I think Dothy is just very, very strong. I don't hate Sorin. This really could be mono black. Crab Abomination versus Woodfall Primus. Definitely gonna take one of these. Woodfall Primus is really good with Shallow Grave. Crab Abomination also good with Shallow Grave. Crab Abomination theoretically more castable, which should give it some points. Well, oh, I didn't take Volborn Tyrant. Probably should have taken. I mean, I don't. Voidwalker is also kind of insane. I think I need to take the Woodfall Primus over Crab Abomination. It seems close. Collective to discard. I'm gonna take a reanimation effect here. I do agree Brutality is good. I think I'm gonna take Woodfall Primus over it. Oh, do we Shallow Grave Exiles? Okay, then I'll take the Crab Abomination. Okay, then we have Coma as another reanimation effect. Also works with Shallow Grave because you make the 4/1s. Okay, this one's pretty good. Wouldn't mind the Mutt as a looter. We just need these like so badly here. Primus Wheels. Okay. Very confident Primus Wheels. Valgavoth didn't wheel. Like I don't know. Someone's got like a sneak attack, I think. Did I take Karn? Karn off Lotus is okay. I don't think this is a great Cabal Ritual deck. We could get like a Yawgmoth's Will and maybe play it. We take the Karn. Not sure if we're going to play it. Probably going to take the Scour over Archfiend of the Dross. How good is Green Overlord? It's okay. I just feel like we're kind of far away from playing it. I'll take the Breach with my Lotus. Not sure if we can afford it. Concealing Curtains is fine. I don't know if this is a good Curtains deck. Take Fire Ice. I think I'll just put it in this pile for now. Recurring Nightmare Wield. Sorin Wield. I think I like Sorin. Although I don't have like much that combos with it yet. Okay, we do want to prioritize finding ways to get stuff in the graveyard. I still think I feel pretty good about taking, or not taking the Brutality. Would have been nice to have for sure. One more, I usually like to have like at least 3 good things to reanimate. It's nice that we can Lotus out Coma also. Such a weird draft. We took Scour over Rumble. Yeah, I'm not planning on having green cards in my deck. That besides like Coma. Like we don't have fixing for green. We don't have fixing for blue. Oh, I'll play this Mutt. That is an awesome wheel. Yes, baby, Demonic Tutor. Demonic Tutor is huge here. It is just like such a big deal. Like Dak Fading could be interesting, hard to cast. Bitter Triumph would be good. Bowmasters would be good, but Demonic Tutor in our Black Lotus, Hex Mage, Dark Depths deck, Reanimator deck, just exactly what we want. We might even like be able to like storm off a little bit with Breach. I'm not sure. Okay, so we could take Ledger Shredder, Bazaar of Baghdad, or Mere Battlesphere. I feel like the Bazaar is really nice. It flips Tamio. The Bazaar, okay, the Bazaar will wheel though. I think I'm taking. We also have the Recurrent Nightmare. Okay, I think the Bazaar will wheel. And I really want the third thing. Okay, so we'll take Jace. I don't have enough blue cards for Force of Will. Jace is an awesome discard effect. Carnage Interpreter can be good too. But let's take the Jace and we'll commit to being blue. And then probably not have room for this stuff. Although I guess we'll reassess. Entomb! Dude, now we can put stuff into play on turn 1 with Black Lotus. Sewers? I feel like we needed to take the Jace. Or was the Jace, what was the Sewers over? The Jace is so premium here. It flashes back. The Demonic Tutor flashes back your animation effects. It loses stuff away. Jace is really, really good in this format, I feel. Are we a good Wishclaw Talisman deck? I don't know. Don't think they were a great Unearth deck. I could take the Inquisition. Could take Factor Fiction. Factor Fiction seems actually pretty good. Sewers was over Battle Ball. I feel like I'd take Battle Ball. There's also... Wasn't there another card in that pack that we were really thinking about? Archon of Cruelty! Wow. Okay, we're really getting there. Our mana fixing is bad for sure, but if you're 2 colors, it's not the worst. Take Battle Ball over Sewers, which seems wrong to me, but yeah, it's fine. I mean, I think we can agree to disagree. So Sword gets better with the Archon. Dang, this is a really exciting pickup. Naughty with the $500 dodo. Holy shit. Wow. Thank you so much. Let's go. Seal or Archon. I think you just have to take Archon. Archon is so good. It's like with Entomb especially. Like we want to be able to, we can go turn 1 Lotus, Entomb, Archon of Cruelty into play. It's just like you just have to take it, I think. Yeah, and now that we have now that we have the Archon, like now I definitely feel like I wish I'd taken the Sewers, but if I didn't find something as premium as Archon, it's gonna be tough. And Bull Snap with the 10, thank you. Thank you so much. Double blue on Narset. I'm gonna take Lotus Petal. This is a good Lotus Petal deck, I think. Don't think this is a great Mind Stone deck, probably. Oh, Thespian Stage. There's also Kitsa. We're not doing great on, like, looters. I'm gonna take the Thespian Stage. Are the donations shared across all streams? I believe how it's worked. People who are donating on my stream are in the top left corner, and then the total goal is here at the top left. That's my understanding. Yes, we have Mutt, Jace, Entomb, Demonic Tutor. Factor Fiction Overlord, Thought Scour also. Yeah, apparently there was like a 6K donation on Caleb's stream last night. Yeah, we're also probably going to wheel the Bazaar. So if we wheel the Bazaar, I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like with stage depths, I want to play maybe 17 lands. Might be a bit high. Don't think we can really ever cast this crop rotation, but I don't think I'm not going to play Retrofitter Foundry. Okay, we wheel the Bazaar. Isn't Charity supposed to be listed top bar? Oh, it is. Man, I feel like I kept dragging the wrong thing around. I had it working, and then every time I resize something, I just mess everything up. Good catch. I think with the Bazaar of Baghdad, we're actually just like firmly 17 lands. Our mana, if we can we actually just be mono black? Like, our mana situation is rough, and we're not really doing well on playables. And like, obviously, all these cards are quite strong, but that with all of these colorless lands, if we could just be mono black, it would be a really big boon. And we would have 1, 2, 3 demonic tutor, 4 ways to get cards in the yard. 5 ways to get cards in the yard. Oh, you can't discard, you have to draw into the reanimation after. Ooh, that claw looks so fun. I'm gonna take the virtue though. Yeah, we have Bronco on the board, we have curtains. We have Karn, we have Mindstone. Yeah, we could just take Wishclaw Talisman, and this just gives us, I think, like the 5th way to get stuff in the yard, which is probably just a reasonable enough density. We get mulligan pretty aggressively too with like Lotus, Stage Depths, Stage Hexmage, Dothy Voidwalker Him. Like you could get, yeah, we have like a pretty good range of keepables. We also have the Overlord. I think we should try building it mono black and see what it looks like with just like actual no fixing. I don't know if we're gonna play the Carnage in Interrupter, Interpreter. Sorin is an option. I do like Sorin. Sorin's like a lot better with Archon. It's good with Virtue. I would like to say I despise Talisman. I also despise Talisman. I think it is like a kind of a necessary evil to like play mono black here. I think if we played mono black, we could get away with 16 lands, 1, 2, with all of these. We also have these. One, 2, 3. Nah, with we have Dark Depths and Bastar. I think we need to play 17. Since these are just 2 lands that don't tap for mana. So this is 42 cards. Don't know if this Carnage Interpreter, or whatever. It's a card I like in general. I don't know if it makes sense here. Splash green. Well, we just don't have an easy splash. I do agree Crop Rot would be good. Dude, Doom got a trophy too. We're getting swept. Can I cut maybe the Coma or the Battlesphere? Coma's probably better than Battlesphere. Sorin seems kind of mad. Yes, Sorin's maybe just the cut. I think it's either like Battlesphere or Coma, because you can cast let's just cut the Sorin. I'm gonna board it in against aggro. Isn't Bronco good? Is Bronco good? Feels a little off plan. We actually have it's settle 3. We can't settle 3 that well. Like, if I don't want to be losing my life to this stuff. Nightmare isn't good. No, Nightmare's good. Like, Nightmare's good. We have I think enough cheap creatures for Nightmare. We have Mutt, Hexmage, Voidwalker, Emperor of Bones. Maybe that's not enough. I'll do Karn over Nightmare. I think I'm down for Karn over Nightmare, actually. That makes sense. Alright, let's get going. No Carnage Interrupter. It's a discard. Yeah, but you also discard your reanimation spells. It could be good. Mulligan. Okay, so this is turn 3, reanimate something. I think I put back the Hexmage, and then I mean, most of the time I just want a Demonic Tutor for Entomb, but it could be possible that I want to him on turn 2 instead. Just slow it down. Turn 3, Marriott Lage. No, you want a Marriott Lage instead of Archon of Cruelty? I feel like I'm Archon of Cruelty most of the time. I think against Creeping Tarpet, I'm also going to him to try to get interaction out of their deck hand. How do you feel about the 24-hour stream? I'm a little anxious for it, but it should end up being fine. Do we him their only land away? Obviously, like, it's one of those, right? I don't love how all in the Marriott Lage is necessarily. Oh, please strip mine me. Perfect. Yeah, I think I'm still getting Entomb. So we have some options, of course. I think I just am grabbing Archon of Cruelty. Coma having Ward is pretty nice, but Archon is also just kind of insane. No Spell Pierce, please. Log with the $50. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well. My opponent has discarded Alpha Deathclaw. So maybe we've run into the Reanimator mirror here. But if my opponent reanimates the Deathclaw, we can Shallow Grave our Archon. Okay, Toxic Deluge. So now we go Dothi Voidwalker into Shallow Grave. Oh, I mean, we still do this because this kills them. But man, this deck is pretty nice. I think we've got a chance to clear this or try to close this 4-1 gap a little bit. Maz with the $250. Holy shit! Let's go. Wait, that's 500 total from Maz. That's crazy. And then 100 total from Fugget. Awesome. Discard Malcolm. Yeah, this deck is really really got there. All right, think kindly our opponent shows us some extra cards. All right, let's run it back. I think the Dothi first tier is kind of win more. Don't you get blown out by a Fatal Push, putting Dothi Voidwalker on top of my graveyard? A Fatal Push, putting Dothi Voidwalker on top of my graveyard. Oh, in that spot? Yeah, I guess so. Well, hard to mulligan. Reanimation plus discard outlet. Although the Bazaar is kind of slow. Could draw a Lotus. Can you add extra basic lands to sideboard games? You can, yeah. We didn't trophy on last draft deck. No, we lost it round 2. I think we Bazaar after this resolves. Are we sure the donut overlay didn't just duplicate? I might have. I've definitely messed it up a little bit. Okay, that is definitely what's happened. They take my Emperor of Bones, which I think makes sense. It was main phase pushing this. Not going to be tapping the Bazaar most likely. Not to kill the hype, I just didn't see the total go up as much as it should have. I mean, there's nothing I could do. I didn't build this overlay. Oh, I was just saying, it's good that you caught that it was duplicated because now the screen is less chaotic. Right, we've been thought seized. Takes the Emperor. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Bazaar. I have a lot of reanimation effects I could draw into. Could also draw Dark Depths. Okay, did not draw any of those. So I think I'm just going to discard these two, and then... I don't know what they main phase this, but I'm going to kill this if I don't draw a reanimation spell. Can't Hexmage reset Emperor to draw reanimate again? Yeah, that's true. We might still be able to do that if we find our Overlord. Also, we find Black Lotus, then we could power this out maybe. Demonic Tutor. Hopefully they can't just reanimate here. They're thinking. I really don't want to lose this early. No, they do have the reanimate. 812, combat damage, 4 serpents. Let's draw, I guess. Oh no, I've discarded my Hexmage. I think I need to find a reanimation spell like right now. 1, 2, 3. And then next turn I can try to tutor for Shallow Grave and win the game. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. Dark Ritual. Oh no. 2 cards in their hand. Menace Haste. Create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of up to 1 other non-token creature you control. Isn't this legendary? Can we adjust Magic Lance to see your graveyard? Maybe. It's here. I have an Archon of Cruelty. Alright. I think we win. They only have 1 card. Nice. Okay, 2 more. We are a team card hoarder is down 3 trophies at the moment. Well, that's a pretty hand. I'm gonna click the keep button. I might want to turn 1 Night's Whisper off the Lotus Petal. Let's see what we draw and what they do. Down 3 trophies, but play 10 less games. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know if I need to message them, but I'll message them. For some reason, it says I've done 0 drafts, but we're on our second. Well, now we've got a new plan. All right, turn 1, Overlord. Hopefully that stays in play for a bit. Do I want to return Coma or Archon of Cruelty? Not really. So your turn. Hello, welcome to Modern in 2 years. They're not going to print Modern Black Lotus at Modern. You silly Redditors. This is... Uh-oh. Am I allowed to return Archon? Non-avatar. Yeah, this is an Archon, not an avatar. Would they ever put Ingrid to Modern? There's a lot of people who are angry in Modern. Do not draw a card, no. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hope we find a Hex Mage off the Overlord. That would be nice. We do find the Hex Mage. And it is indeed nice. So now I guess I Night's Whisper and see if we find... I've milled over 2 of my reanimation spells, though. Okay, 4 cards in their hand. They also Night's Whisper. You have an updated Basim Modern deck. So I have the one that we played a couple weeks ago that looked pretty good. I would still recommend it. No. But we also played like kind of an updated build of that deck that cut the Basim so you could play more utility lands and kind of just play Thought Monitor instead, and that build felt fine. Doomsday combo. Turn 1 Overlord sure does churn through your deck pretty quick, huh? Yeah, I'm probably gonna let them draw this time. Yeah, it kind of depends. So I feel like sorcery's removal is less common than Wasteland Strip Mine. Maybe we have dodged Wasteland Strip Mine now at least. Also, if they like play Wasteland, hold it up. I can just attack with my Hex Mage and put them to 1. You know, that might just be fine. I feel like a Doomsday opponent's like not very likely to have Wasteland at least either. How did you just get Jetgo from the challenge? Any major changes? Gonna play it next week. I think you probably should play a couple copies of Obsidian Charmal, now that the Eldrazi decks are seeming to be kind of popular again and seem to be playing Cavern of Souls. I'm not sure exactly what I would change, but the main deck feels pretty good. There's a few. Obviously, you do some tweaks and tuning still, but I wouldn't make any big changes from the main deck at least. Uh-oh. 3 cards in their hand. We did get rid of their Doomsday. Rain of Filth lets them sacrifice any of their lands for a black mana. Any snares for Mardu. Like, I don't know. I don't love like main decking Spell Snare because this one matchup like really wants it. Okay, they cast a Bolas instead of the 2 mana floating, but if that's something you feel like is good, then you can do it, but I'm not the most into the idea. Okay, only 3 life now. Thank you, Overlord, for getting some work done. Am I happy to be off Oculus? I do think Kiora was better than Oculus in general. Oculus is probably better against Mardu, so if you feel like that's what you want to be targeting, you should play Oculus instead. But Spell Pierce just, I think, is the better counterspell overall. Could change. Surprised they're not just immediately sacking this jar. So we're probably going to be bringing in our Concealing Curtains. Maybe the Caustic Bronco, since they don't seem to be putting much pressure on our life total. Maybe not. We're still not great at saddling it and could deal us ourselves a lot of damage. Thought Scour against the Doomsday could be kind of fun. They die if they draw right. They only have 2 cards left. Oh, they have 2 cards in hand. They have 21 cards. I know it's kind of hard to see with the overlay. Okay, they get to make a mana with the currency converter. They still have they technically have 4 mana available. I'm being brain freezed for 5. No. Guess you'd lose. Don't have an Eldrazi. Why they do it that way? It did feel a little bit weird. I feel like they... Oh, okay, because they had cast a brain freeze from their hand, and if they activated their jar, they couldn't otherwise. It's a little weird. Okay, let's go to game 2. See Tendrils of Agony, Metamorph, Wishclaw Talisman. Bringing the curtains over the push. Virtue seems kind of bad. I think we'll play Caustic Bronco over that. I think I'll play Mind Stone over Karn. I don't know. We can still Lotus Karn out and still be okay. Got a need for speed. Hard to mulligan this. Another turn 1 workshop into Coalition Relic. I guess they had workshop turn 2 last time, huh? I think we grab Crab Abomination. No, let's put Kona in the yard, and then we can tutor for Shallow Grave, and then that kills them on turn 4. It's 8 plus 12. Unfortunately, I don't have any 1 mana reanimation. So I think we are just going to stick to the plans. Is Dothy Voidwalker like crazy against them? I guess not. Yeah, just grab the Shallow Grave and try to present a turn 4 kill against the linear combo deck. Whole grain up to 20 months. Cubing for charity might be the best invention ever. Yeah, I'm happy I could finally participate. Like the last several years, I just like have not been able to. And T-Vin, thank you for the 21. The opponent's going down to 15. Down to 12. Take 2 to the Talisman. They can upkeep Memory Jar me. Good thing Shallow Grave is an instant. I would kind of love if they did that. Okay, we drew a land, which means we can now go Swamp, Lotus Petal, Mutt, Grave. Is that 12 damage there at 12? Looks like we get a game 3 after this absurd start. This was their turn 2. um, this was their turn 2. Or just drafting today. Yeah, but it's a cube for charity event we're honored to participate in. Okay, going to game 3. Think let's run it back. Gonna be mulliganing pretty aggressively, I think. Hard to feel like this hand is not keepable. There's no Black Lotus in it. They're on a mold of 6 also. Yeah, Cube is really, really fun. Turn 1 Shelldock Isle. Not immediately putting something on top. Yeah, cubing for stakes also is pretty nice too. I don't really feel like I get to play like for something that often like this. Oh, baby, their hand's bad. How many trophies am I playing on winning? As many as possible. I would like to have the most on the team. That is my goal. It's kind of tough with with how good my teammates are. But my goal is as many as possible, of course. I wonder if is it better for me to just grab Hexmage here? I kind of think it is. Would you ever consider going to CubeCon? I've kind of always wanted to go, and you know, maybe one day I will. If I play the challenge, what would I played? I don't know. Good question. I didn't really think about it. We had lost our win in the top 8 with Jeskai yesterday. Maybe I would have played Woodland combo. Maybe I would have played the Mono Blue Urza deck. Maybe I would have played Mono Green Eldrazi. Maybe I would have played Eldrazi Breach. Yeah, we also still have like just plenty of reanimation to top deck. Getting in for 1. I don't know what they're Imperial Sealing for. Do you think blue-white has legs? I mean, our Jeskai looting control deck has been good. That is a blue-white X control-y archetype with 4 Wrath the Skies. Okay, kind of unfortunate. I guess not a lot of reason to Hexmage now. Don't think that the Dothi Voidwalker is super effective against them. More like a mono blue Urza over Blueback Basim. Yeah, Darksteel Citadel and Sink into the Stupor are really good pickups. Like Basim is good in the deck, but your mana is just so much more powerful if you play Thought Monitor, or sorry, Thought Cast over Basim. And Thought Cast was also really good. Coalition Relic. They're probably playing Yogg-Will. I think so too. Have I ever removed all 10 ice counters manually? I think I have, but I've done it with like infinite mana combos, like with like Zerda Basalt Monolith. I don't think I've ever done it just over the course of 8 turns or something. It's just like how could that ever work? Yeah, Zerda does make it a lot cheaper. But just actual all natural, no. Okay, they're targeting themselves with Brain Freeze. I have Dothi Voidwalker in play, so this feels like a concession, I guess. Could it possibly be an oopsie doopsie? Either is fine. Plays a swamp. Oh no, they're doing it for Shelldock Isle. Into Memory Jar. Could probably beat Memory Jar. Man, opponent is keeping us on the edge of our seats, huh? Soft with the 20. Thank you so much. All right, GG's. Okay, let's get a trophy prediction going. Great match. Our deck is quite good. I'm gonna click. I clicked the keep button. Hand is a bit weird. I have a Black Lotus and an Entomb, and I could potentially just hardcast this Mirror Battlesphere on turn 3. I think we play this out for like Spell Pierce, Thoughtseize. Maybe playing Silent Clearing is better. Yeah, I guess it would have been better if they had cast the played a Thoughtseize. Green, blue. Sylvan Caryatid. Not the scariest. I think I'm gonna play this so if I draw Dark Depths or Thespian Stage, I could play it for turn. Not so bad. Reed's name is red because he's offline. I heard he's coming back later today. I'll try to sacrifice my clearing main phase because I could draw Shallow Grave. Also draw Emperor of Bones for the win. 6 cards in hand over there. Kiora the Rising Tide. Like that card's in cube. I really like that card. They Madness this Shadowgrange Archfiend, but they won't be able to cast it. This costs 3 mana. Y'all surprised I know that. It also stays exiled, so they can't reanimate it. Oh, it doesn't stay exiled. Huh, I thought that if you Madness something and didn't cast it, it stayed in exile. Learn something new every day, I guess. So now we can try to Talisman for Shallow Grave next turn if we don't draw anything. I feel like there's a good chance they're going to chump block here. Can you double queue? Or I think double queuing is a little... just not a great idea, probably. I don't think it's... I think it's also... like, this whole overlay and stuff is tied to my account, so I don't think double queuing would even work. I like the ambition, though. Yeah, then it pressures everyone else to double queue. Not super friendly, I think. Okay, so Kiora chump blocks, opponent's at 16. They're actually exactly dead to the 12 from Archon and then 4 from the Battlesphere, even if they just chump. Yeah, I just need a Lotus every time. Is Settle the Wreckage in cube? I don't know. Okay, 5 cards in hand. They Windswept Heath for a Bayou. Still in the tank. 5 mana available. Harvester of Misery. Kill my Mirror Battlesphere tokens. Opponent not the fastest player here. I'm gonna Wish Call Talisman. I might grab. Sorry, what? Recurring Nightmare? Oh, I didn't main deck the Recurring Nightmare. Right, okay. So it seems like I just want a Shallow Grave. Put them down to 3. Archon is lethal. Archon is 12 damage. My opponent's at 15. They can block the Mirror Battlesphere with the Harvester. Oh, they have to sack both creatures. Okay. I'm glad I still found the line. I don't know why I forgot that they had to lose both creatures. Good news. Yeah, the pitch elementals are on the cube. Gab, thanks for the raid. Hope you had some fun on your cube draft part 1. We're in our trophy match, and we're in game 1 with a pretty busted mono black reanimator deck. What do I think about Doorkeeper Thrill? Jeskai players, please seek help. You're so addicted to Null Drifter and Doorkeeper Thrill. Okay, so up a game. against the super slow player. They're playing Sylvan Caryatid, Harvester of Misery. They also discarded Corpse Dance, so they're also a reanimator deck. They're playing Kiora. I think we'll just bring in the curtains over the Fatal Push again and click submit. And let's just have Black Lotus and Tomb animate dead. So unlucky. Is this a discard to hand size? So we can go Swamp, Night's Whisper, discard to hand size, Mere Battlesphere on turn 3. You cut the curtains right back? Oh, no. Probably gonna get some more caffeine before our third draft. How long am I planning on streaming today? Somewhere in like the 5 to 8 hours range. We're already 2 hours in, and it feels like I just started. So we'll see. We're also gonna stream tomorrow too. We could accidentally do 24 hours and then cancel the 24-hour stream on Tuesday. Okay, turn 1 Imperial Seal after a mulligan. Then they play Mox Emerald. Can I play Lightning Helix and just get control deck and win games of Magic the Gathering? Yeah, you can play Lightning Helix, otherwise known as Flage. With Flage, you don't need to play actual Lightning Helix anymore. They've printed a better card, as it turns out. My opponent flashes in a World Spine Worm in response, making 3 5/5s. I'm at 17, so I'm going to go down to 3. These have trample, so I don't. So my Mere Battlesphere, I don't think stabilizes me. And I can't Lotus in Battlesphere this turn. Although if I could, I think that would stabilize me. So maybe we could draw Entomb and then get Archon into play. I don't even think that gets the job done. Okay, going to game 3. Get to be on the play this time. Pretty flooded. Okay, mulligan this sand. Oh, no, I forgot the curtains. Sorry, chat. Not that like I'm keeping this hand if it's the curtains. I think we have my opponent's also on a multi 5. I think we are gonna keep this one. So I guess actually they're also a reanimator deck. So my plan might be to Demonic Tutor for Black Lotus and just cast this, because it's gonna get stuff out of their yard. They're on a multi 4. Got pedal, yeah, and then with this being, I think, potentially my plan, depending on what I draw and what they do, I want to keep the pedal. They're on a multi 4. Obviously, if I draw Dark Depths, Thespian Stage, Hex Mage, Entomb, a reanimation effect, then I'm going to Demonic Tutor for something else. Okay, multi 4. They're on the draw. Multi 4, turn 1 Sylvan Caryatid. I didn't draw any of those things, so is my plan still just to hardcast this? I mean, I could also grab Mere Battlesphere and just hardcast that. I could grab Crab. Oh, sorry, I can't get Lotus and something. Yeah, let's grab the Lotus. They're a black deck. I'm gonna play out my mana here too. And let's hope that they put a creature in their graveyard in their reanimator deck. Let's hope they cast like Kiora here. Voidwalker is interesting. I'd say interesting. I think this is the best line. I think there was maybe an option to just wait a turn and see if we draw something like Dark Depths, which we did. Well, I don't think I want to cast the Virtue now, because my opponent, if they have like an instant speed looter, they're not going to want to loot it into the Virtue. Just wait a turn. But they will have 1 turn. It's upkeep, so we have to dodge 2, right? I don't know what you're asking. No. Come on. It's an 8/4. At least we don't have to sacrifice anything. But I can't even kill it with the virtue. I can get the harvester back, and I guess they can trade. I can't do that this turn. They do only have one card in their hand, thankfully. They're saying you have to wait a turn, so it's very hard to get a creature from their yard, even the sorcery speed loot mill. You have to fade their own reanimation. Yeah, I guess that's a good argument for just having played this. Tough game for sure. I'm taking 8 down to 12, and then I play the virtue and I take 8 more. They got a spell. It's brutal for him to Turok to hit the madness creature there. We did see it game 1. Without Dirtily on the draw, I think waiting on DT was probably better. Maybe. They have Imperial Seal? I don't think they have Imperial Seal if they are just passing. Let's cast it. Something's up with the tracker. I mean, it looks fine to me. End of turn Necromancy, dead. I also thought that you could sneak attack there. Glad I didn't concede. Do we have something enabling depths? Yes, we have stage. We have Thespian stage, and we have Hexmage. What a turnaround! What a turnaround! The opponent didn't know how Necromancy worked. I didn't know how Necromancy worked. I've top decked Hexmage. Hold! Well, no, come on! Show and Tell Atraxa into play. Holy shit. Reveal 10 cards. Toxic Deluge, City of Traders, Consider, Forest Swamp, Blightsteel, World Spyworm, Bayou, Heath, Mox Pearl. They are not making it easy. Holy shit. Hopefully, okay, if they attack with this somehow, they mess that up, then we win, because we get to go block it with the Hexmage and then reanimate it. They put Mox Pearl, Consider, Bayou, World Spineworm. They just chose to not take the Toxic Deluge. Maybe they have Flash in their hand as the one mystery card. That would be pretty devastating. Their hand is Consider World Spineworm mystery card. Alright, they may be making another punt here. Unless that mystery card or the card off the Consider does something. Reaper with the Twitch Prime. Thank you, welcome back. We get to block with the Marriott Lage, then reanimate this, which kills the Atraxa, also gains me 7 life, and then clears the way for the Marriott Lage to kill them. This doesn't have Menace. Yeah, no Menace. In before push. Well, this is indestructible. Opponent is the slowest player in the world, and that's okay. If they're gonna give me 2 punts for the trophy, that's fine. They might be playing you with their unreanimate, maybe, but again, we know 2 of the 3 cards in their hand, so it's kind of tough here to not go for the lethal. I think we must take this line, especially against an opponent who's already punted once. You know what I mean? It's like just a lot less likely. Cast Consider. What's the point of double blocking? They put Blooming Marsh into the yard, so it didn't keep a card on top. Virtue trigger on the stack, targeting the Shadow Grange. Archfiend? Archfiend. Let's go! Did not choke, although it kind of looked like we might have there. Alright. Now we just need Caleb and Meebo to come through and we'll be tied up. Back in there, though. No breaks. Alright, probably, you're supposed to take Fury over Library, right?